Hello there, welcome to Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty and my Tuesday lives, the Tuesday tea break, tours, chat and more. And just to remind you that if you click on my link in the description below, you can get a $10 credit when you sign up to StreamYard spending $25. So that's a big offer for you. So if you want to create live streams on StreamYard and use the paid side of it, then when you spend $25, if you've used my code prior to that, you will then get $10 credit. And there's plenty more to see on this channel. Don't forget to click on my playlist on my channel to find exactly the sort of videos you will enjoy, because there's so many different aspects to this channel, because I like to call it something for everyone. And if you want to join me on my lives at any point, then don't forget to email me prior to wanting to come on. So today's tour, did you see last week's tour? That was Nassau in the Bahamas. Go back and check that out under my live stream page, and you can watch that one. And these tours will be very different things, as you saw from that intro. So I want to start off showing you very big differences in the types of tours. And I thought today I would take you inside some of the abandoned stone houses in my abandoned village in Cyprus. But I thought it's very important, first of all, to explain why the village is abandoned, and also to tell you some areas are literally just stones on the ground, which I will show you a clip first of that to show you what some areas will be. And you might not be aware that they are ruins of houses unless you look more closely, but there are vast amounts of actual stone houses still here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, then I'll show you a clip, and then I'll talk some more about why the village is abandoned. So this village is only on a very few maps, as it's officially classed as an abandoned village. That doesn't mean nobody lives here, but it means there's not enough people to now class it as a village. There are 6 people living here in the original houses, and that is all that's classed. It doesn't matter if more move in, if they bring their own properties, i.e. trailers or any other sorts of conversions or new build houses. We're talking about the original village here. Why were the houses from this once big village abandoned? Well, it starts off the story when the Turkish invaded Cyprus in the war here of 1974. The village below here, called Paramali, was inhabited by Turkish Cypriots. They came up and attacked the Greek Cypriots who lived here, and the Greek Cypriots, taken unaware, fled further up the mountain from this village, most settled in a village above us called Vouni. So I'll show you a little clip and then I'll talk some more about our abandoned village. So this, as I say, this first clip I'm going to show you is how if you walk along and you find rubble and stones, you might see some walls and think they're tiered walls, but they are in fact the bases of the houses, and you are not permitted to touch them because they were deserted via war. So even if no one's around, you cannot touch them. So here's the little clip to show you first. And as I mentioned, all these properties and ruins are right by my home. So if you ever come here, a lot of them you won't find, particularly the houses, because they're actually built on the mountainside. So you've got like tier level, you've got the house here, and you've got rock coming over the top. They're not cave houses, but some have actually used the outcrop of rocks for roofs. So a little bit more about that village, my village called Sterikovu. It's also known as Steriko for locals, obviously. So I was talking about how a lot of people from this village escaped and they went further up the mountainside, mostly from here to a village called Vuni. And this is why you'll often find more rural, higher mountain villages, more inhabited than lower mountain areas, of which of the lower mountain villages is why you often find them abandoned. But that being said, some abandoned villages were abandoned due to earthquakes. So I know you're itching to have a look inside. I've got a few clips of different houses in this village. As I say, it was a big village, so I've got lots of different areas all spread out that I filmed for you. And let's go inside. As you can see, they are all dotted about all over the place, but as you may know from history, there was an old dry riverbed here, so obviously the village was round the dry riverbed, and it's very long. I have done walks on my main channel, New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus, so go and check out the Mountainside Walk playlist to see a lot more and more of my abandoned village walks as well. So check it out, and you'll see one of the walks I did on that channel. I think it actually was over 2 parts, and it's a walk trying to access the now overgrown riverbed. And it's not just a riverbed low, it's down steep sides now, and trees are 3 height to the other side, and it was all brambles, and you'll need to go and watch it to see. And I'm just trying to access it to record it for history. I will probably be the last person who ever attempts to walk the dry riverbed. And as I say, I think it's over 2 episodes, because it was a long walk to try and even find how to get down there in the first place. So let's just run my other channel for you so you can figure it out if you want to go on there. And as I say, I think it's called Mountainside Walks, or Rural Mountainside Walks is the playlist you're looking for, and you can see some more content there. All the walks on that playlist are from my house. There's no driving off to another place and walking. They are all walks from my home. So do go and take a look there. I'm sure you will enjoy those. And as we talk about the dry riverbed, the one end of it that I can access is a deep ravine. So this next clip is another area of the houses still of my abandoned village, and the ravine you will see first, and then some more properties for you to look at. So take a look at this one. So I hope you enjoyed that clip. And there is now electricity available in this area, which we chose not to have. It wasn't here for many years, and then obviously now we don't have bills for electric anyway, so why would we suddenly want to have electricity? There are a few properties that have had it because they're farmers. They don't live here, but obviously electric power for their milking and so on and so forth. So some people have opted to have it for their businesses, their farms. Some of the abandoned houses here have now been rebuilt, although far more still remain as ruins. Many were left when we first came here with people's items still in place, such as the plates and the knives and forks out set for dinner, and the slippers by the bed, and so on and so forth, from the inhabitants fleeing without time to grab their possessions. So a real moment in history frozen in time. So I have another clip for you now, and I was talking about the dry riverbed. This is up the other side of the dry riverbed. So yes, I did make it up the other side, which you can see, as I say, in one of my walk videos on my other channel, my walks playlist. And this is some more abandoned houses. Now this is a little bit different from the clips you've just seen. This is me discovering one that obviously I didn't know about because I hadn't been over that side of the dry riverbed before. And the video, I think again it was a two-parter, and it was about trying to get to up the other side of this dry riverbed. And I'd on the actual film, you see me say, like, sign off and say, right, I'm going to go home now and make my way back if I can get back up the other side, and so on and so forth. And then I come back on camera and say, just as I was going, I kind of circled round to get back to where I'd come up in the hope I could get down that way. And I stumbled across this. And then behind the one bit by the it's mostly it's an old stone house. I nearly missed this. With the standard tree growing inside. Oh wow, this was worth finding. This is why I walk so far. I always feel I'm going to miss something. Wow, didn't know this was here. I didn't even know what was over this side, but I wasn't expecting any remnants of property. I'll go around this bush and show you the other side. Here's around the other side of that bush. There's a big bush. I love things like this. And look at the views you would have. I was just making my way round back to go back.
and I just saw this in the distance. Always keep your eyes open. So I'll go around this bush and see if I can get in. Out of that bush, there's the walls. So you always have trees in your house in Cyprus. You always have stones in trees growing and trees growing in houses. This would be lovely. So how much would you pay, guys, for something like this? That's your view, the sea. And don't forget there is a track here, it's just I didn't want to come past the dogs. So you can drive here quite easily. It's a shame all these bushes are in the way. Yeah, so you can't get in. As I say, snake season, so you wouldn't scramble over. Lots of rocks. Because the most venomous one likes to go under rocks. So that's the best I can do for you. There's definitely rooms, which means it was quite a big family. They wouldn't really have had their animals in their houses like a lot of countries. They would have just had them outside. So the rooms aren't for animals. Go around the other side again. Up the side of it, to try and give you a better shot. There's definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of areas, 4 or 5 areas in there. Doors over the other side in the bushes. That's security for you. It's over there. That's the door, I think. I'm wrong, I think that's the door. That's the door over at the back there. Ah, and discovery. Worth the walk. And the hassle to try and find a way over here. As I say, that's your view, guys. What would you pay? If you're going to do a renovation, why don't you do a renovation in a location? When you see these TV programs where they go, oh, look, a view of the sea, and they have to lean over a balcony, squint in the distance. I think this is what you call a sea view.
So there was a discovery for me, always discovering something new. We don't have walking footpaths here because it's so rural. You just have to scramble. And I tend to follow tracks the goats have made, because if you get lost, well, at some point they're going to go back to where they came from. So I should be fine. And as you can see, the sea is all one side of where I always walk, high mountains up the other. So although you can't see where you're going, as in you're mountain and then suddenly things disappear from sight, you always know sea's one side, high mountains the other side. So that actually is a way to not get too lost. I have been lost before. Yes, I believe there's a walk video where I got a loss. I don't like to backtrack, but apart from that, sometimes it's like I'm talking about, I scramble down sides of these dry river beds, and I might not be able to get back up again, so I have to find another way. So it's all good fun, all good fun. So I have another clip for you now, and this is basically some more of the abandoned village, and I thought you might like to see my house. So you will see my house in this clip. So yes, we can see the sea. I get asked a lot of times, if you live on a mountain, how can you see the sea? We're elevated, we can see the sea. It's not walkable, not even if you're a good walker. Even if you did go down to the sea, you will be able to walk back. Hey, Peter Dell's in. Do go and check out Peter's videos. If you like my scenery, you will think Peter's videos are even more awesome. They are really worth looking at. Yes, that's all what you can see from my house. Everything I've shown today, it's easily reachable from my house. And those last views are my views from my garden. So I absolutely love living here. I love being rural, and as I said at the beginning, there's hardly any people here, and most of the people that do come by are the farmers who don't live here. None of the goat farmers live here. They just come to work and then go back to town to live. So a lot going on around here, as in beauty, but life not so much. And I have spoken before about our town centre, our village centre is only a water spring. There's nothing else there. But as I say, if you go and look on my main channel, then you will look in the walks one and I take you for more walks. Peter says, Dawn, I think I found a way of making more on YouTube. If interested, kindly let me know. Okay, cool. Yes, interested, definitely. Whatever you're interested in doing, I'm all up for that, definitely. So certainly, perhaps drop me your email and we can chat maybe, or we can chat now. I'm definitely interested. I'm trying to build up the lives on this channel because I've got so much content. I've always said this channel is trying to provide something for everyone. So we have my Tuesdays are basically for the tours of all sorts of things and so on and so forth. Here's a little clip to save me waffling on about what I want to. Oops, I clicked myself off. I'm busy in the chat, multitasking. I don't like the chats on another page. I don't, because I have my mouse queued up for what I want to do next. Then I have to change pages, so the mouse disappears. Me and Peter have a lovely little chat. If you want any tips or help with YouTube, Peter's normally got a plan. So check out Peter Dale's channel. He's a really great guy. Just looking for something. See, I'm on the wrong page. Yeah, so check out Peter Dale. It's a great channel. There's a nice little promo for you there, Peter. Peter says he can't wait till September. We're in Australia going to spring. Yes, we don't really have autumn or fall. It goes from hot to suddenly it's like quite cool. We don't have days transitioning. And then the other way, we have winter, spring. It's just suddenly goes from, oh, it's cold, and oh, it's not now. It's really weird, the transitions. It's literally day from one day to the next day, but then we're not freezing cold. So I hope that. Peter says, oh, Dawn, you say landscaping plans. Okay, what you building? This is garden landscaping, where I've got I call it my veg patch. I've got a video coming up to explain my areas better. It took me ages to edit all the bits together. It's sort of an overhead plan so you can see where everywhere is, and I point to where things are. I call it my veggie area. It's basically the area where the rabbit cages are that I grow in, and a few odds and ends that I'm growing, little trees and things. My nursery, I should call it nursery really, but there's other things growing there. And there's all that area there. I'm literally going to get rid of a whole lot of stuff there, re-landscape, because one area I water, I kind of have to scramble a little bit, and you can't put a path in. So I'm going landscape. I'll have to show it on a video to explain it. I must go and do some pre-filming of it to show what it's like now before I get going. So it's basically landscaping, taking away certain odd bits of bed. There's an orange tree that is within the bed, so I'm going to have to build another wall around it like my lemon tree, and just re-landscape, because I'm trying to, though I've got more growing areas, I'm trying to condense, get rid of ones that only have a few things or isn't very good soil or has tree roots growing through. So I'm trying to get rid of some sections, and then more compact growing. As you may know, we're building more raised beds in our lower olive grove. So I want to cram my stuff together a little bit more, do some more cramming. Do I grow eggplants? Yes, I do. I have 2 hugelkultur beds of, we call them aubergines, 2 hugelkultur beds of those, and 1 raised bed with probably 4 plants that have been growing since I ever grew them. They've just come back year after year. So, and I've got different types. I'm not very good at telling you real names of things, but I think one's Black Beauty. One I call the marble one. It looks like pink and white marble effect on it. I forget what that's called. We've got the long purple ones, the very long tubey type ones. We've got the really round, fat, dumpy purple ones. And then I think the Black Beauty is a sort of teardrop, almost oval shape one. So I've got all of those. And I like them because I don't have to really do much with them. I put a little bit of water on them. Obviously, in the heat wave at the moment, I'm watering just about everything, even the hugelkultur beds. That's how hot it is. And I did a video a long time ago with a taste test, because they said different ones taste different. So I did that, and also with the kohlrabi. I did a taste test video with kohlrabi to see the white and the purple. Yes, many different ones. Yes, I want to try and expand on types of things as well. And my main thing I want to get for next spring, my wish list is I definitely want a mango tree. I've been after a mango tree for ages, but we had to get some basic fruit trees this year. We got 2 different types of plum, nectarines, 2 nectarines and 2 peaches, an early peach and a late peach. So we've got those. But next year I want to get a mango and some more tropical fruits. I don't know what, something good. I might try and grow a pineapple again. I did do it one time and then I forgot about it. So I might grow a pineapple or 2. And also I want to get more herbs next year. I started small with herbs this year. I got rosemary and basil. I love basil. Oh, I love basil now. I'm really good with the basil. I've got too many basil plants really, but it's good when we have guests. Malabar spinach is doing really well. That's the first time I've grown that. I've got those seeds from Josh from In Your Yard Homestead, a fellow Aussie there. That's my Malabar spinach and that's doing really well. Peter would like to grow turmeric, but it's not easy in Australia. The weather doesn't allow. I think we spoke about that before. I didn't really know very much about it. But it does seem to be a thing that people should grow. So, I'm into my parsley as well. I put herbs in everything I cook, so I'm doing well. So I would like to get dill, sage and bay leaf, definitely my next 3, because they're what I would assume are more basic herbs. I've already got mint, 2 different types of mint. I've got chives. Oh my goodness, I love to grow and eat my chives, and I risked transplanting them last year, like dividing them up. Now I've got 3 different things. Rocket, I grew rocket for the first time. I grew that for the first time this year. I saw some rocket seeds and I was like, oh, I need to grow rocket. Yes, I've got rocket. And what was the other thing I grew for the first time this year? Rocket and something else. Oh, beans. I'm having trouble with beans, and I'm talking like green beans, like runner beans and those sort of beans, French beans. I think it's just too hot really for those. I think it's too hot. So, yeah, they're okay. They're hanging on. You grow spring onions, garlic and spinach. Yes, I think I should try and grow some normal spinach. Spring onions, I've grown those before. Garlic, I love garlic, I really do. Yeah, I love to grow stuff like that. That looks really, really interesting. To just a bit more each time. I've got most of my new stuff, my herbs and that, growing on the pallet vertical growing wall that we built next to the utility block. So that's coming along nicely there. I have done an update video. I think I posted it, just posted it. I never remember what I've just edited and what I posted. I'm sure that's either next to be posted or I've just posted it. I don't tend to look at my channel, so I forget what's posted. Yeah, so it's all doing really well, As I say, it's more case at the moment to just keep watering everything, keep it alive. I had a little problem with the fruit trees, but they seem to be holding out. And the only thing that's odd is okra. I grow okra and I've kept them alive in the heat wave. They're in a raised bed, so they're quite moist. They're about that tall and they haven't died off in the heat wave, but they haven't grown. They've kind of frozen in time. Well, not frozen in a heat wave, but they've basically suspended themselves in time. So they're not dying off, but they're not getting any bigger. They're just sitting there. And I grew them first of all because I love the pretty flowers they produce. So I put them in a raised bed where we can see it from the house or the garden. And I really, really like that. Okay, what's the time? We're coming up for an hour. I'm trying to keep these pop-up lives to half an hour, but it really doesn't happen when I get chatting with people. I am going to be doing a pop-up live. Hopefully, what day is it now? See, I'll get so mixed up with my days now. Today must be Tuesday. So I do it live on my other channel tomorrow, a set one. And then I'm trying to do another pop-up on this channel on Thursday. So this is what the Thursday lives will be about. So we're going to leave it there for today. I thank Peter Dale very much for keeping me company when my clips are showing. And seeing as we've done a lot today about my abandoned village, if you missed the beginning, do go back and check it out. There's lots of videos of the stone houses that are abandoned in my village. I will leave you with my saying of difficult roads in life often lead to beautiful places. So do check that out, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.